Okay.
You been watching the news lately?
Yeah, not lately. Why?
Did you see what's happening with Iran
No, what happened?
with the bombs? And Trump bombed Iran or did something with Iran
Oh, yesterday or something?
last week. It wasn't yesterday. It was like
Last
last
week?
week.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. Are you? Are you?
Crazy.
I know you told everybody right, but nobody listened.
Yep, it's crazy.
Well, some people don't think that.
I know a lot of people don't think that. The majority of people don't think that because they making
Obviously,
him be the
right?
president.
They voted for him.
Huh?
Oh, I said obviously they voted for him.
Yeah, they voted for him. That's what they want. But he's not good. He ain't good. He ain't doing no good for the America. He wants to be the king.
Yeah, he wants it so he never leaves. That
Yeah, he wants
it's
to
like a
be the king.
manifesto, if you will.
Yeah, well, I want him. I don't know. I don't want to say I want him to be killed, but
You don't
out of
say
all the
it.
people they
Don't
killed,
you say it.
I don't want to. You know what I mean.
I know, but like I said, originally I was supporting Trump, but that's not a support for Trump. It was more a support for the Republican Party, and I understand we've had those conversations, but I do not feel like the Democrats have put us in a good position. You're saying
Well, not right now, but I
no.
mean, when Obama
I'm
was in there,
saying for
we were in a good
I'm
position,
saying for
weren't we?
Black Americans, Black America. We were
Well, when
always
Obama was in
Republicans
there, was
first.
it a good? It was good then, right?
Well, no, I would say it was good when Obama was.
I mean,
I'm
he
young.
was
I'm
a good
fairly young, so I
president.
haven't lived through a lot of presidencies, and I haven't, paid taxes during a lot of different terms. But when I say it was good, he undercover, he was like, when they say that he found a Bin Laden, and a lot of people like that he found Bin Laden, but that was all BS because that whole thing,
Yeah,
9/11 and Bin Laden, that was BS. That didn't exist. They wanted to go into those countries and quote unquote, like America likes to do, civilize them. But that was underhanded. So Obama, when you look at like as far as where we were financially as a state of affairs, yeah,
as
I can see
Americans,
that. Huh?
as Americans,
Well, what do you mean by as
yeah,
Americans? What does that mean?
he took care of America.
I
He took
mean,
care of us.
he, I would, when we were financially, when you look at how it was prior, as far as like the unemployment rate and things on paper, yes,
Uh-huh.
Obama did a good job, and I do have a lot of love for Obama. He's one of the greatest speakers of all times,
Yeah,
So I definitely,
a lot better than Trump.
well, with Trump, he just
Trump is crazy. All I know is all my life, I Trump has Trump tried to get rid of the Indians reservation so he could put his
casinos.
casinos in. He did that thing with the boys in the yeah. He
The
never
when
apologized
they
to them.
see us, he took out, he paid almost a $500,000 to take out ads in the New York Times to
Yeah,
convict
to
these
kill.
young children. They had a movie for When They See Us, and yeah, that was horrible. What else he did
Yeah,
horrible?
he is horrible.
What else did
He
he do
just
that was
got a
horrible?
big face, that's all. But he ain't no good. And what he's doing now, he's trying to be a dictator. Really, that's what he act like he wants to be.
But I mean, if you look at the research and the history, the backdrop, this has always been this way. Except wherever there's resources or anything, America has rallied with Britain and let them kick that person out. And just like Iran, think about Iran. They just originally just wanted their resources. They wanted their own resources to get money for it. And when they did that, they linked up with America and they said, "Oh no, that's what America does. They bullies and they feel like you can't, when any resources or any minerals or anything like that, they strip you from it. and they try to,
That's not true because
that's
there's lots of countries that got minerals that they haven't stripped them from.
what
Like
country? Every country from the
Besides
Congo to
trying
Cuba to Iran,
to
every
get
country it was never started off as a dictatorship. But once they get in there and they want the the natural resources, the oil, they find a way to get into your country and infiltrate. From the Congo to Cuba to Iran. I mean, it's a slew of other ones. If you just do your history on how
no, the Cuba ain't we ain't got nothing to do with Cuba.
what
Cuba.
I'm saying, all of them. Yes, trying to overthrow Castro. That was us that linked up with them.
But they're on their own.
But when it comes to government,
Oh,
we are at the forefront
people
helping other
doing
countries.
other
Though we
stuff.
look like we saving people, in reality, we setting those shots to milk, and we've always been in cahoots. That's why it's for pray for Israel, free Israel, but they never say free Palestine.
Oh, I don't know. Palestine and Israel been fighting forever.
Yeah, because the Jews went and they did what was done to them basically, because they was told, like, they basically was treated a certain way, and then when they got to that area of land, they pushed those people out, the Palestinians out, to a very small strip of land called the Gaza Strip.
Yeah. That's true. Because they felt that that was their land.
They didn't feel that way. How could they feel that way when they were fleeing from the purgatory that was happening
But
in
that was before. Yeah, you're right.
Berlin and Germany? So they all rallied together, all the Jews, and right after all that
They
stuff
come
that happened
together.
during the Holocaust, which was horrible, after all the horrible atrocities that happened, they turned around and did the same thing that happened to them, to those people in Palestine, and nobody talks about it. They
They
talk
just
about
left
how
the
horrible
Palestine.
Palestine is, but they don't talk about Israel. How Israel they just show the Palestinians acting crazy, cutting up people's heads and acting all crazy, but they don't show what happened before that. And before that, Israel came, and the people that from all over, all the Jews from all over, just came to Israel and did a treaty with the government, and the people that were lived there from that land, that were from there, they pushed out, and now it's a problem.
They feel like it's their land, so they wanted to reclaim it. But that's been going on for so many years.
So what do you feel? What do you feel? What is your take on it, as far as the wrap it up? Like, what would it take for Palestine and Israel to stop?
I have no idea. They've been fighting for all these years. I don't know what they can do to stop. They need to pray.
And what happens with Trump? You think he's gonna pass this and he's gonna be the president until you die?
No, somebody gonna kill him.
All right, mom. Let me call. I'm gonna call. I'm gonna call Tiffany and I'm gonna call you back.
Why you gonna call Tiffany?
Cause I want to find out where she's at. Why is somebody's babysitting